Hey, what's up, guys? This is Leonard 95 with another book that I just finished to read this week. Is 11 Minutes by Paulo Coelho. Paulo Coelho is one of my favorite writers because he he has many phrases that I can figure it out in the real life, and I can say, hey, this word have different meanings that in the book. So that is why Paulo Coelho is one of my favorite writers. So right now, let's see what's happened in 11 minutes in this amazing book. Okay, it's all about Marie. Once upon a time, there was a prostitute called Marie. She was born innocent and virgin, and her desire was in the future she will have a husband, house, and a family. Her father was a salesman who traveled the whole seasons, and her mother was a seamstress. All this happened in Brazil. At 11 years old, Marie, she fell in love with a boy in her school. She throws up and a pencil, and the pencil was an excuse for a conversation with this guy. But when the season of school ended, the boy just disappeared and he's so far away, and Maria never expressed her love for him. Then, in a Holy Week, she discovered another boy. At this time, she didn't want to repeat the mistake, and she expressed, communicated with him, and just started talking. And then Marie learned something that didn't want to see. She discovered the blood in her legs. But what caused the blood in her legs? She was so worried. She wrote on a letter for her mother because maybe it could be meaning something different for her because she didn't know about it, the situation, and she figured it out. What is the connection between the blood and being a woman? That's something her mother has to explain it. After the whole explanation said, Marie, you are a woman right now. 3 years okay. uh, when that happened, when Marie was with his boy, and then take kisses for the first time, and her friends say, Marie, when you kiss someone, you have to open your mouth to feel more pleasure. And that's is exactly what she do. She opened the mouth. However, she didn't feel the pleasure. Okay, just kissing the guy, it's amazing, but Marie couldn't feel that thing. Then she discovered that, I don't know, she discovered the masturbation. And when she masturbate her, she touched her vagina and do the whole stuff, and it was what caused her feel organs. And Marie discovered that she doesn't need a man to feel the pleasure. So why you need right now a man? It was her thinking. So for Marie, never fall in love because men's for her means frustration. Okay? At the age of 17 or 19, Marie was working in the Copacabana when he met a businessman from Switzerland. This businessman was so impacted the beauty of Maria. However, he couldn't talk Portuguese, and the only word say bonita, and Maria smiled at him. Then say, I want to meet Marie, said the businessman. I want to be Marie. Just a second. Little coffee. Okay. Then take me together, right? This businessman offered her an amazing food and he also amazing wine. Of course, Copacabana was expensive place, and he paid $300. But Maria didn't understand what he was talking about. He said, "I have a business, and I think you perfectly fits in this job." So Maria didn't know what he's talking about. Then she said, "Maria, you have to go to Switzerland and work for me," because it was um a worse situation. She took advantage of the job and then go to Switzerland. After to go to Switzerland, she met another Brazilian woman. However, after before they meet to her, she has to sign a contract, and in the contract was less than the money she took in Rio in Copacabana. Now Maria was looking for something more. Okay, oh wait a second. I think we have one, two. Okay, we have two, three. Okay, so when in the world she meets a girl named Vivian. Vivian will prepare her to the job and say, "What are you looking for here? Are you looking for adventure, money, or husband?" That's all three aspects they have the prostitutes. What we're looking for. It was so rude to ask that question to Marie. And then in that situation, she enrolled in a French course because she wanted to learn the language. And the way she learned it, because she has to read many books, and also she met this girl in the library, say, "I'm writing a diary." And, and of course, they meet together, and Maria was crying because Maria was searching happiness. But Maria was so intelligent, she knows about the cure, about the Rue de Berne. And she said, "I have discovered the reason why a man pays for a woman." And she said, "I decide to become a prostitute with honor, dignity, and respect." And she was focused and learn about the sex. And she explained it to the librarian. When I worked in Copacabana, every night the rule was no fall in love, no beliefs in any promise, get paid in the fronts, and no use drug. She already know what she was facing, and the price was 350 francs. Well, 50 francs was for the owner of this local, I think it's Milan, right? So, however, it's 300 for the service of Maria offered. And in Switzerland, she worked as a prostitute, and her client it was a Yugoslav, um, Yugoslav guy, right? And he told her, "Tomorrow you have to wear black panties and brown stockings." And say, basically, it was just a training as Viviana was teaching for her. And explaining about the alcohol, how if say the customer say, "Would you like a drink?" She have to say yes. However, this drink hadn't to be with much alcohol because she's will offer us his service. But prostitution isn't like other business. This is so important, I think, because this is a phrase that impacted to me. Prostitution isn't like other beginners. Beginners earns more money and the more experienced women earn less. So what's the rule? Always pretend you are a beginner. It was advised from the owner of the club. And every night, okay. That's the rule, right? So she packed it the same. And she said, talk 11 minutes. Talk just 11 minutes and you will earn your money and the customer will be satisfied. Then, in Thursdays, she kept going to the library and talking about with this girl who works in the library and say, "Hey, I want to books about prostitution, about I need to see a books about everything related to prostitution, the how to pleasure man, how to pleasure yourself, and stuff like that." One night she met the Rahab. Rahab was a painter um, in the place where she worked in Switzerland. It was just expensive customers that goes there. And Marie met this guy, and this guy didn't touch her body for first time. He touched her soul. But how he touched her soul? So let's discover it. Okay, Ralph is one of the special clients. Special clients was because he has so much money and everyone there it was important for this club. Then Ralph took her to them to his house. He puts his jackets on her because it was a cold day and he offered a chocolate and they have a lot of conversation with him because these poor people or these people who paid a prostitute, what they wanted it was an attention or someone to talk. Okay, this painter has touched too much her soul and discovered, and she fell in love with Marie. Marie, on the other hand, was doing her job, but also felt this connection with Ralph because no one's had dedicated attention to her. The other guys was just a little conversation, pay for her, and that's it. However, um, this guy didn't do the action because he was in love with her, and they had many adventures together. And also Marie was thinking, why this guy has to feel this connection with me? Because he was in loving each other was corresponding themselves. Then Marie decided that prostitution should be over, and she had to decide to say goodbye. And in 2 weeks, she will be leaving. She was so happy with the owner of this club, which is Milan, because he was just the owner. He just offered the job and he explained about the job, and it was an opportunity for Marie to make money, to tailor, to make so much money and to fulfill her dream in Brazil. So when she decided to that is over, he had to say goodbye to the painter Ralph. So she goes her home and Ralph was there. So they made the love for 3 times, and the last time she leaves a hot chocolate in the morning and a note saying, "I'm leaving and it was nice to see you." Ralph was so sad reading that, and he didn't understand why he made or why he's feeling his love with a prostitute, and he explained it everything himself because no one understood him. Even he was a rich man, even he has the whole money that he wanted. No one cares how Mary cared him. No one say, "Hey, today, no, we are not going to do that." So he never heard the no because he always was having the reason. And it was the same circumstances with the other people that Marie attended. That's the reason Marie was so successful because she was in intelligence in different ways and she was keeping what the clients wanted. It was attention, right? So in the last day, she asked to Virgin, she decided to return to the Brazil to make on a farm, and she decided she was learning how to grow on a farm from the librarian. But we're forgetting something important. It is the friendship between Marie and the librarian. Even it was the whole many days going there, she never knew who was the name of the librarian. And finally she said, "You know that I am a prostitute." Um, we become friends in all ways, but I don't know your name. And she said, "That's right, we're friends. And also, I'm not today. So, my name is Heidi." And they introduce each other and say, "Heidi, it was so nice to see you. It was a pleasure. You are a wonderful person." And Heidi was in silence because she confessed that no one's, even the whole neighborhood knew who is Heidi. No one was her friends. And they decided to have a ring and celebrate that because Marie will be leaving in a few days. When she was leaving, she decided to go to the Paris, even because she wasn't a France or Switzerland, but she was traveling from those cities. I don't know exactly the locations. And Marie never took a time for herself for a reflection. And the last day she wanted to reflect herself and enjoy like a tourist those amazing place. And it was Paris, and she spent there 3 days until to arrive in her airport to go back to Brazil. And that's it. That is the only story I have to say about 11 minutes. Um, in bonus information, this book was written in a real conversation that the author to has to do it to complete the whole information so we can say this is almost true, it's almost false, but of course the name are changed. And I really recommend it to read his book because it's so amazing and you will love Paulo Coelho. So see you next time and let me know what is your favorite book or favorite part of this author, or you have another books, and let me know about all you want about the writer. See you next time.